Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot, your home for political, celebrity, and royal news through the tarot scope. We are going to be checking out what's going on with Iran and Israel right now. There's some interesting reports online today. It is, Friday morning at 11 o'clock New York time. It is April 19th. And there's some mixed reviews about what happened in response to the Iranian drone attack on Israel. So apparently there is some news from last night that Israel has responded to that event, but there is really no clear information on it. There's some reports of explosions. Then there's an article in MSN.com that says Iran and Israel have averted an all-out war for now. I'm not sure how this is happening. So it seems like the information is very murky. Even in this article, it does say there is murky information. I will put a link to both articles that I did see. Both are from MSN. One was from 7 hours ago and one was from 38 minutes ago. The 38-minute ago says that they have averted an all-out war. So I thought we would take a look at this. I think it's important to keep an eye on what's going on in the Middle East. I think the future of planet Earth really is dependent on how these cooler heads will prevail. So as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. And my name is Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. I'm not on camera today because I did do a little workout today and I'm kind of sweating and gross. So let's take a look. You're going to see my hands in just a minute. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. I have been busy with fan season with my son, so I have not been posting as much as I would like to, but today I'm batching about 12 videos. So buckle up, buttercups, because you're going to get a lot from me. So let's take a look at the primary situation. We're going to do a Celtic cross on this, and this is the conflict between Israel and Iran. And I want to remind everyone, when we are working with tarot, we are always working with the energies that are in play right now at this moment. And that this can change due to free will or any radical decision making on the part of any of the players in here. So in the middle, we get this 7 of Swords in reverse, which is shadiness revealed. This is where we do find out the not so positive maneuvers of one of the parties or both of the parties. We may have come to terms with that because what is binding us and moving us forward and holding us in place is that Ace of Swords, which is really cool, calm, rational thought. We're not thinking emotionally, dramatically. We really, it looks like they are trying to come to some kind of decision. Did we see an event, a retaliatory event last night? I'm going to pull one card here. Yes, I think we did. I think we did have a little bit of a retaliatory event with that Ace of Pentacles. I'll put that over there so you guys can see it. But in the past, all of this action, when we have this 4 of Cups, we're usually dreaming, trying to come up with a better solution or come up with some better planning. But that's in the upright. When we're in the reverse, we're through that planning stage. We're through visualizing, manifesting, dreaming about something, and we're going into action. Under the surface here, I think that there is, believe it or not, according to the cards, this says that there's a spirit of reconciliation. I don't want to say reconciliation is an odd word to use for this because of the historic platforms of both countries, but this really is, let's try and work together. Let's not escalate this more. And I think everyone is glad with their actions so far. Tribalism, I am not anti-tribalism. I think tribalism is important to sustain cultures. You know, I doubt we're ever going to get an earthling culture. There will be an earthling culture eventually if we meet some other world people, but or entities. But I think it's very difficult to put everyone into an earthling culture. Russia itself, you all know that I am a student of Russian history, and there are dozens and dozens of cultures there. It is a vast country in and of itself. America, too, has many, many cultures within the country. So having this dream of an earthling culture where we can all kind of get together and be on the same page is somewhat difficult. So I think, you know, we're still celebrating the tribalism that is in the Middle East between these two countries, honoring our distinct cultures and being very pleased with how we have conducted ourselves so far. So I think there are no regrets on any of the actions that were taken by either Israel or Iran. In the future, I think things could potentially dial up. So we're going to just real quick do the ladder here. How do these two countries see themselves? They see themselves at odds. They're not entirely happy despite this here. I think this is happiness within the individual tribes here. This is not happy within the relationship between the two countries, Israel and Iran. How do others see them? Others see them as consulting, consolidating, trying to work together, trying to work with the information that's at hand and do it with the highest mind. So if this is a ruse, I hope it's not a ruse. I hope they are really working toward this. Hopes and fears. The fear is that we do go to war and that rash action will take place and supersede the good stuff that they can do. And here, the final outcome, this makes me concerned because we can get fired up again and we are not learning from our past actions. Let's take a look at both countries individually. And this will be the leadership, how the leadership's going to behave. Let's take a look at Iran first. We'll get the baseline of their behavior and where their thoughts are really at. Iran. Patience, they are waiting it out. So I think the negotiations that will be taking place will be somewhat difficult. I think that Iran is going to be very, very hardline on their wish list in negotiations. I think they're going to have a pretty strict want and not want. So their non-negotiables will be pretty tremendous. Here, I do think that they are willing to try and forge a new dividing line between the two countries. I think that is something that they are, this is what we're going to be very hardline about. They're going to sing the praises of working together. They are going to really try to find some conciliatory action, some conciliatory language here, but they're not going to move, which is very this is conflicted. So I'm going to say that I think that they may have parties within their leadership that are conflicted about how to move forward, because this wheel of fortune is here spinning. We have the temperance card in reverse. I don't think that they're all on the same page. So I think we may see some interesting stuff coming out of Iran. I don't know if this is the Iranian government versus and Hezbollah. I'm not sure if that's what we're seeing there, but I think that there's going to be a difference of opinion. Let's see how Israel is doing right now. What is their status? Trying to move forward. They want to stop the things that are going on. They're very much trying to get to the end of this, but there is an attitude of we are right. We are right. October 7th has become really a mile marker for Israel, and they do not ever want to be in that position again or have anyone threaten them to that, those means, to those ends. I'm sorry. They're willing to work together, but again, they're not willing to really back down, and they're not willing to collaborate or have any kind of conciliatory actions. You know, we're really kind of at the end of this. Potentially, we run the risk of going backward significantly in terms of political cooperation. I think we run the risk of moving backward with this. And I do think that this 9 of Wands becomes problematic. This really is someone who is ready to get back into battle. I know this is a fight that the whole world watched start, basically on October 7th. I know that this is a satellite issue from the October 7th, and I understand that October 7th was not executed by the Iranians, but I think this is setting off a chain of events where Israel is being poised to be somewhat reactive. I do think that we're going to get very reactive. This is not looking good. The concern is that these kinds of events are going to continue ad nauseum until definitive action is taken. So whatever was sent over overnight or yesterday, I'm very curious as to what that is. So at this moment, it looks like we've got individuals that are giving lip service and saying, yes, let's cooperate. Let's find a solution to this. Let's work together. Let's stop throwing things at each other. But the reality is they're not going to be able to, because the non-negotiables are great and vast on both sides. So where does that leave us in the next week or so in this Israel-Iranian theater? I did call it a theater. What we want, justice in reverse. What we need is to not be throwing things, and what we get is discussion. So I think for the next week or so, we're going to have discussions on the table. Whatever happens at these discussions, we're going to have to see that. It's very much still in the talking phases here with them. So we're going to keep an eye on this part of the world. I think it's important. I think this is big stuff that we're looking at in our world. I do feel like we're standing on the threshold of a very large event, and we'll talk more about this later in future videos. So thank you so much. If you would be so kind, please like, share, and subscribe. You can comment down below if you have any thoughts on this as well. And as always, if you'd like to get your own magical reading with me, there is a link in the description of this video. I will hopefully talk to you very, very soon. Have a great day, all.